Hello, and welcome to Against the Storm, which is a roguelike city builder which came out in early access recently and is still developing along. It's a lot of fun. So basically, you play as one of the Scorched Queen's viceroys, whose job is to go out into the forest and gather resources in this cycle where this giant blight storm comes and wipes out everything that isn't the smoldering city. So the smoldering city volcano, when the giant blight storm comes, can protect everyone. But in between this giant blight storm, you need to go out and you need to gather resources in the surrounding. So, we need to rebuild it and do things. So, and this is how its roguelite is. You rebuild the smoldering city here. So I skipped. So this upgrade, I got by if you either complete or skip the tutorial, you get enough resources to buy this upgrade. And I just skipped the tutorial since I started my own version of it and kind of started playing it. But as you go on and keep getting more things, you'll start unlocking more and more options about what to do. So if we come here and then you also, to get up to further levels, you have to do deeds and complete settlements. So as you start doing more things in games, you'll start unlocking the ability to buy better in-between upgrades. So, how are we still here? Okay, it's having, yes. So, somehow it's putting this at the end of the cycle. That's just weird. Because that should be the beginning of the cycle. But here, you can now see what happens when the end of a cycle happens. Entire map wipe. Okay. Alright. So we can choose out here, and they have different effects on them. But we can come here. And we can choose a caravan of... And there are multiple races here. You can choose a difficulty. I'm going to go up to Pioneer to start, simply because, I don't have too many upgrades there and do that. Veteran, you start getting this whole blight corruption mechanic, and you start getting more repetition. This is just requires, I need a few more victory points to win. Alright, so. Yes, experiment and adapt. Okay. So, first thing you do is you actually want to come here to modifiers and see what you're going to be dealing with. And note as you go up the difficulty, that happens. But we're going to be here. So we're going to have a good chance of fertile soil and lots of lumber, which is very good. So, come over here to caravans. So you've got four races, but you have to unlock the fourth race. The first one is humans. They're good at growing things. And we don't have any of them for our starting caravans. Lizards, they're good at, dealing with meat. And the beavers are kind of like dwarves. They're good at chopping wood and doing machinery-like things. In addition to, what people you also get additional resources. So this is going to give us 2 more people. So this has 9 all lizards and no additional people down here. This group has 6 lizards, 3 beavers, and 2, we'll find out when we get in. And here are some other resources. So 10 lumber, 20 coal, that's kind of standard for what you get. And then some food resources. I'm going to choose this one because I want beavers to chop wood. Now I also can add some additional resources to mine. So I could take some more food. I could take some more lumber. I'm going to take some lumber for some quicker building. And let's also grab some more eggs. Early on, your base food is just going to generally be to help you survive. There are ways to do more things to get more, to turn your food into higher level food, generally by cooking it, combining it. So here we go. All right, so the full effects. Fermented rain. We could gather wine in the rain collector instead of spark dew. Villagers, okay, they'll do things. This is standard looming darkness. Resolve. If resolve is bad, people will start leaving your settlement. Oh look, we got humans there, and each race has its own resolve track. The first one is fog. Villagers move slowly if they don't have housing, so we're going to make sure we get housing. To reach hostility level 2. Gaining reputation doesn't lower impatience. Ooh. But it's only active during the storm. And then at 3, fuel efficiency. Ooh. All right. Not super helpful. So this is a pause and play. And so the first season is drizzle. And you're going to have so many minutes in drizzle. And drizzle is kind of your best season when you're going to get the most bonuses. And then you'll have clearance. And then you'll have storm. And that's repeated. It's not the full blight storm, but, it's bad. All right, we get some blueprints. We don't have everything available to begin with, but we can get some things. Now, I'm going to get the lumber mill here, and here's why. Planks are a super useful building resource. The current thing we have to build them is kind of a starter building. Either things can be starter, 1, 2, or 3 star. This is the best plank recipe in the game. I want it over my starter recipe. Some things don't get starter recipes. Okay. Here we have a choice. This, like plantations, farms, they need to grow things on farm fields, which means you need fertile land. We don't start with any fertile land. However, you could also get better camps. There are small resource deposits, and you will have access to small camps, which can get small resource deposits. But if you want, these accepted over here. But if you actually want to get some, better things, you'll need to, let's see here. Camps, that'll get big deposits. You have to take it. And I don't know what exactly I want yet. So I don't have to take that blueprint right away. But I'm going to go there. I'm going to cut through tree. I'm going to cut through this glade because I want that glade. Also, pathing. Pathing, generally pretty strong. So what we're going to... lost the pathing there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pathing. Pathing doesn't cost any resources. It just helps people move. I'm just going to create a nice network there to start with. On pause. Have everyone start working. As you see, we have our human here. There's basic shelters, which I will have access to, and there will be more advanced shelters. But all right, industry. So this lumber mill needs some better things. So we're going to get the crude workstation because before I can make anything of really good value, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and start my beavers. Working on that. We'll have one of lizards, one of beavers. And whoever you have on your hearth is also important. So lizard keepers give +1 resolve to every faction. Very good. And then also because lizards like fire, they like working where things are warm. That is giving a +5 to this one worker, which is then averaged in to the 7 of them there. Alright. Do a camp here. Stonecutter camp can collect this clay. Boom. This recipe. I don't want to make planks. I want to make 2 of these and 2 of these. I can choose which resources apply. I'll let them make resources out of any of that. Stone or clay. But we don't have the resources we need for that at the moment. There we go. We're chopping through to this glade. Now glades, as you chop through to them, will increase the hostility of the forest. Hostility is how, worse things start happening. Here's the queen giving us a advantage. So this is pack of provisions for every new villager. Not that great because we're not really dealing with trade routes. And then the pack of goods is also for trade routes. So we'll just take peasant supplies. We also need to choose orders for the queen for us to do. Complete a glade event. Make a path. This one is slightly better and gets us more newcomers. I like glade events. Have 6 human villagers. Either this is human. This could give us access to the small farm, which is a very useful but that's going to require lots of that. Complete any. This. Ooh, I like that perk. All right. The other thing we're going to start doing during this time, right here, is we're going to start. Each of these basic shelters can essentially help 3 people. And ooh, you see this ground here? That's very lovely. That is the fertile soil I was hoping to see. So, that lets me know we're going to get something growing-wise. And berries or food, plant fibers are also useful, so I'm going to take some sort of thing there. Alright, the other thing I'm going to take is this fabric one, because fabric is another building material, and this is a very good recipe for fabric. So I want to just be able to build. You know, that good stuff. And we're going to kick up the speed to 2 here. Now some of these glades have these icons on them. They're dangerous. They will have bigger problems for us to solve. But yeah, we're going ahead and getting these shelters online. And what we're going to do, we need to come in here, and we need to turn these farm fields into things that can be growing. And if you want to make sure that your woodcutters don't cut through the glades, you can essentially put them on this one. Is what I think is the best one, is cut through mark. You know, they can kind of free cut, but don't open glades without you specifically marking them. And I think that's a pretty solid choice. This is going to require planks. So we're going to go ahead and put 1 worker there. I'm hoping these trees have a chance to get some fibers, which is a good thing. Get those marked. I want to go ahead and I want to get those bricks made. And I want to get those fibers working. Because once I do that, that will then open up an industry here, the lumber mill. Once I have the lumber mill, we're going to be in good shape. And this bone marrow here, this is also stuff that can be had with a stonecutter that's more fuel. But we've got plenty of fuel at the moment. We got a bunch of wood, coal. The fire is burning. Don't let the fire go out. Like, it's preferable to let your people starve than to lose fire. Let's see, we still have 2 unhoused people. That would not be good. I'm going to authorize construction here. Come on. We need a little more cloth. Just a bit more. There we go. That storm sound is letting me know the storm is coming, but we've got everyone in shelters. Now the storm is going to do a hit to the global resolve. Okay. So how do you win? You win by getting this blue bar filled up. Each little blue point is a time when you'll be offered another blueprint. And in the storm, people get upset because of this looming darkness effect. It's not great, but completely survivable at this moment. As you take longer, the Queen's impatience will rise. Each time you complete an order, though, it will fall. So we're working on things. I think during the next year, we're going to open to this like big dangerous glade here and see if we can't make something happen. You know, live dangerously. All right, now that we've kind of cleared out this area, I'm going to move my camps back here to kind of encourage them to cut around this area. All right. Do we have... Yes, we have the cloth we need for that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to say, don't make any more fabric, and send that back to the storehouse. And we are going to... There we go. Welcome to a new year. We are going to build ourselves a lumber mill. Rotate that. Put that right there. Ooh, could get a trade post. Kind of do want that. Okay. First thing, take this first. With the need for education fulfilled, I'm not going to probably be fulfilling education. That's a lot more expensive. I need stuff to make cloth. Stuff will allow me to make cloth. I also want more humans and beavers. I've got plenty of lizards for the time being. I'm going to do that. Substitute you there. See that ring? That means a chance for double production, which is very good. All right. I'm actually going to take you off that. I'd rather have that there. All right. So start working on that. Got people on house at the moment, but we're in the time here. Okay. No nearby deposits. That's fine. We'll send you up here. Go work on that bone marrow. All right. Start doing that. Okay. Ooh. I may actually want to replace you there because beaver also has chance here. I don't want you making these things. Don't really have good things, but I want you to make planks. The first thing I do when I want you to make planks is we're going to do here. We're going to have this thing set up right there. We don't have the materials for it at the moment, but that's fine. I can still authorize its building. I'm going to put a nice path up there. And this thing will then be able to make me berries and flax, which I'll be used to able to make more cloth. It'll all be very good. There we go. So we chopped out more. Getting closer there. All right. I just want you all to go ahead and chop through. Orders. More orders. Let's see. Packs of building materials are very expensive. These are better rewards. This is a lot easier to do. I'm going to go with easier to do. We need specifically 6 lizard houses. We don't even have lizard houses unlocked yet. This is get beavers very happy. Maybe we'll be able to do that. We'll see. Got another shelter here. Got unhoused people. There we go. This is very effective. 3 wood, 2 lumber, and 20 seconds. There we go. We've got the lumber we need to do that. And also now I can authorize construction of a weaver here. I think I'll do it right there. And I also want to build a trading post. The reason I really want to build a trading post is there are neutral traders that show up that get you access to some stuff. Okay, what's going on here? So there's a lovely tavern which we can rebuild, which would be wonderful. But this, while working it, everyone takes a -5. And if you don't do it in time, 3 random caches will be destroyed. All sorts of bad stuff. So we need to either send this off to the queen, which will give us some victory pointage, and we'll get some amber, which is the currency used to buy from traders, or we'll get a instant benefit, which will give us some goods. Now this food stockpile is a upgrade resources between things, so I want to go for that. I'm going to instantly throw 2 workers on this, get me 5 more workers. Need that early. So I took a risk by going into this. It could have been something where I didn't have the goods because it was a dangerous glade, but thankfully all it is during like 3 minutes we're going to have lower resolve. And that should be cleared up by the end of the storm. So these caches are another good way if you have tools to get amber and patience or something else. And look, we found more fuel here. Very good. And I also do want to clear out this area so I can have more growing space. Very much so. Okay. Humans get bonuses for this, so actually I'm going to take one of you off because they harvest in the clearance. They help fertilize the fields in the storm, and then they in the drizzle they all right. Here what we really want to do is we want to make fabric. So we're going to send you over there. Make some fabric. And we are going to want to rebuild this because if we can put 3 people in this tavern, we will get +3 to global resolve, which is a huge amount. And then it would also allow us to start fulfilling luxury buildings. So it's like a free one-time use blueprint to find these big things to recover. I'm very excited about that. And there, a trader has just shown up. Alright, this guy. So you can also buy perks from them. So these packs of provisions, like I don't have trade routes yet, so these packs of provisions are just useful for like buying stuff here. And this is why you want amber. And so, you just kind of have to be like, okay, what can I sell? Like, I don't mind selling my resin. My parts are very important for building camps. These are very important here. I'm not necessarily going to be able to get a lot of amber for it, but I might as well start stocking up. Is there anything really cheap here? Berries, tools, flour. No. Oh. Okay, there we go. If I traded all this, I could actually hold a teeny bit of resin. There we go. So if I traded all that, I could get 6 amber. And I'd have that for future kind of things. So if I could get obsidian shovels. I could trade something more if I wanted to try to get 4 more amber. But, that would be rather expensive early, and I don't want to have to go through my early food stocks. So... And let's see here. I do also want to kind of get that cleared, I think, so I can get more things through here. And because there's all this kind of stuff out here, I think I want to build a warehouse here. Especially because I'm going to put other farming here, because this warehouse is here, and that's decently close. I don't want all my people over here to have to kind of do the full, walk hither, thither, yawn kind of thing. Now, moving camps around is free. Other buildings either can't be moved or might cost to move. But there we go. We're going to reveal a bit more of that. Very good. And this has been solved, so now these 2 people are just assigned to getting stuff out of here. Oh, and I had more people show up. Let's see. I think I want to take this up to 8 bricks. Let's throw one of you in there. I want to start replacing you all with beavers for obvious reasons. And now I want to start... Yeah. Putting down a plantation. And what else I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say this workshop. Oh. Starting to get low on food. That's not happy. Alright. We're going to do food. You're going to be... Think of food. You'll be mixed, and that way... Oh, lowering hostility. Lowering hostility, good thing. I'm okay with more beavers. Now we're up to hostility 1. By adding more people in, I have angered the forest. Forest is now going to be upset with me. It's going to defriend me. But such is the way. Everyone learns to live with it. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to come in the city buildings, and I'm going to make it really quick to walk to this area. Put that there. The other thing you can kind of do as you move on is put out other small hearths. You can't have any overlap. And that can be good, but starting to run out of food. I'm going to put also this small camp here to harvest those berries. Let's see. Do we have anything? Yes. This will get us jerky and more residents. As we did that, jerky needs meat or grubs, not something I really have. It's a good recipe. For skewers, I could use jerky into skewers. That's not really there. You know what? A better pottery recipe sounds great. So, what are we going to do at this moment to make pottery happen? We can just, I think, go right there, put down that brickyard, and say, do that, send everything back. We will now have efficient ways to make things. We don't have the specialization for here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Got extra people there, more gathering. We need more homes. And homes have to be in the range of the hearth here. So we need actually 4 more homes. I'm just going to put them all right there. A bunch of shelters right there. Everyone can be happy. Everyone can be healthy. Maybe. Okay, we're going to replace that lizard there. We're going to go for much more there. Brickyard. We're just going to make bricks. We'll allow you to make that out of stone or clay. It's all good. Okay. Housing, taken care of. People are getting happier. All right. The next thing we want to do is we do want to rebuild. So we're going to put you 3 there. And we're going to say rebuild that. Yep, see this roots deposit? I have to have a large forger camp to get to it. I don't have that. You keep working on those berries. Alright, you've got it all planted. In the future, you're just going to do flax fields, I think. Um, open caches. We're not really growing wheat. Newcomers is the same. I think we're more likely to open some caches. Tavern and since we're gonna get a free tavern, if I can buy some ale, you know, I can make people happier and get some good stuff going. But as you kind of see here, this is kind of how you open up. Now, certainly I'd want to kind of try to be moving faster, but I have limited, resources available to me. But what we're going to show here at the end is a lucky tavern, and that made everyone significantly happier. There's now a place to, we now have the Gleeman's Tales. So we have, bardic bonuses. So we're going to go ahead and call this episode here of this first little city that we are building to be named. We'll find out when we get back to the main map what it's named. So thank you very much for joining me, and be seeing you.